5 o'clock in the morning outside Seattle, Washington. I had no idea that Grant was so fucking fancy. No, probably a frequent flyer member for fancy coffee. And Kristan, look, he goes, "Do you want a breakfast sandwich? Get yourself a breakfast sandwich. First of all, it's the size of a dime. Second of all, it's like $11. In Philadelphia, we eat on a budget.
Yeah, you don't have Dunkin', you got Dunkin' Donuts, we got Starbucks. So, since the high class, high society here, we got to go to the dollar menu for P. Diesel.
Listen, the dollar menu is your friend. I don't know how they live out here. I don't know how you get so big, but
it's keeping the deal, keeping it real.
How's it for you?
Hi, how you doing? Can I get 3 sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffins, please?
Damn.
And a large orange juice. Wait to see the price. Wait to see the price. Ready? The same amount for your fucking coffee.
And then can I get 2 sausage McMuffins and a hash brown?
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Hey.
All right, thank you.
If that's not big on a budget, I don't know what
Shit,
is.
bro, $15. My damn coffee was only $2, bro.
I've been in the Starbucks before. I've gone in, not for myself. I just want to make that clear right now. But tell me that you use those words they make you use. You can't say.
Can you just order this?
Can I have a large? Can I have a large? Can I have a? You can't say that. You got to say, can I have a venti, maki, frappa, whatever. But then you go in tall. Would that lead you to believe it's tall? No, the tall is the little one. It doesn't make any. I can't go places where things don't make sense. See,
you all right?
Yeah. I guess y'all don't gotta check your food in fucking the Seattle area. Dude, in Philadelphia, you gotta make sure the motherfucker gave you all this shit.
Shit, man.
We're good.
What's up? Welcome to Kent, Washington. And as you can see, Pete Diesel's here visiting us in Seattle. Good to see you, bro. How you doing, bro? Awesome. Good trip out. Welcome to the West Coast.
Thanks, sir. Always a pleasure.
We wanted to get together while he's here and do a little sled drag training video, just showing you different ways of dragging a sled, what you can use to drag a sled, and how it helps your training for strongman or powerlifting. We want to kind of start off and show like different types of sleds that you can use. Here in Interurban, I got this long, kind of like a tray sled. And you can see it's really long. We can fit sandbag, kegs in it to add weight. And then we also have like this, this is a prowler. We don't have the pegs on it, but you can still load up weight on it. My personal preference to me, if you're gonna have a long sled like this, is put the heaviest weight in the front, because it's gonna be all friction. I don't know about you, how you do it, but I don't like when, unless you're in a contest, if you can lift the front of the sled and go and race, fine, you're in a contest. But in training, I want to kind of maximize and blow up my legs as much as I can. But
if you can take advantage of that in the contest, to get some extra something to advocate, more power to you. But in training, you should always train harder. And the harder way would be more friction in the front. You can't lift it. It's going to be harder. It's going to be hard to drag. That's what you're doing in training. So.
Yeah, for sure. So if you can, if you don't have a keg, you can put a sandbag, a couple 45-pound plates, whatever, but load them up. But if you got kegs, definitely want to put the heaviest keg out in the front. All right, so definitely one thing that Pat is going to try and show here is that you notice he's trying to stay upright and use his height and lean back and drag the sled. There you go.
Body weight's kind of advantage kind of back.
Now this is what happened a lot. That's a good drag there. Now a lot of guys will do this shit right here. They start rounding their back. Yeah, blowing out their spine.
Like we said, in training, you want it to be harder. You see a lot of guys stack weight, these giant pile of plates on it. Don't get that into it. Good, cool, use your body weight. Then they pull up. They pull up the front, which is, hey, look, I mean, I'm not even dragging it. It's coming to me.
Just hopping.
Because it's less friction.
Right.
You know what I mean? Less surface area on the ground, less friction, it's going to be easier to drag. In your training, you don't want that.
Sure.
So
you want all that ass on it.
It's all the friction the whole time. Good body position, good strong body position, low, tight core, things like that.
another tool that you can use for drags is an anchor chain. Yeah, Seattle, we got this like over 10 years ago, and it weighs 711. We paid like less than $200 for it, which is crazy. But out here in Seattle, there's a lot of marine shipyards, and like we got like a marine kind of like junkyard place. So if you're able to find a place like that, definitely want to invest in an anchor chain, because it's a whole different animal from the sled. If you're going to invest in a chain, you want to make sure you can get a chain that you can first of all freaking pull, because if it's 900 pounds, you're not going to pull it. What's the point, you know? So I think like 650, 700 is pretty good.
The big thing with the chain, again, is friction. And when we talk about the sleds, pulling the front of the sled up makes it a lot easier. With the chain, you see a lot of inexperienced dudes pulling double hand in the same length on the end. I'll show you in a second. But
Don't want to do that.
And the entire chain's on the ground. When we say like less, if you want to train that way, we talked about training with the sled with the most surface on the ground, so it's harder. But when you train with the chain, it's a specific apparatus. So you want to train the way you're going to compete with it. You know, you want to get those links off the ground. It actually makes it harder when you're upper back and core dragging it that way. But pull is easier because there's less on the ground.
And like Pat referred to before, kind of like going back to that rounded back posture. You know, this is not only good for your back, but if you grab the link like this, I'm technically only trying to pull it with my left hand, because this is just capping on my other hand, and I got absolutely no grip on there, you know. I like to instead like stagger, like I said, but with the stagger obviously comes a little bit of danger, but as long as you lift it up and start dragging, but you know that when you're about to drop it, or if you finish at the line, that this has to come out first before the rest comes out, you know? So definitely, especially like lighter guys, you see like a lot of lighter men and women, they're trying to pull like this and they only weigh like $180, and you're not gonna move it, you know?
They're trying to yank and pull and this and that because they don't have the body weight that, you know, the one the Grant or I have, where you can lean back and feel the apparatus start to move with us. So they're yanking and pulling, whereas they'd be better served grabbing that, staggering it, stepping in, lifting the things first, and then starting.
Yeah. Get as much friction off the ground as you can. So what I like to do is, it's kind of weird. You think you're dragging backwards, but you actually start the chain by picking it up, stepping in about a half foot, and then go back.
See, it's four links completely off the ground, and that fifth is starting to peak a little bit. And 11 link chain like this, 55 pounds a piece. You got to think about the amount he's taking off of that chain to get the better drag.
We got another special guest. We got Dion Welson's here from Strongman Corporation, all the way from Missouri. And she definitely seen a lot of contests and puts on a lot of contests. But what do you think is another major mistake with chain drag event?
The athletes looking back for that finish line.
Why?
They want to look back because they're tired and they want to be done.
Yeah.
But what they don't realize is it slows them down. They'll know that they're done because the judge will. And when it slows them, when they look back, it also gets them off center, and it's also a way to themselves.
Yeah, it's true. Hey, it's just like running. It's like you see a lot of kids like that. You tell them to run through the base, but instead they're like looking like, oh, dude, is my friend beating me? But they don't realize that they're slowing down.
It slows you down.
Yeah. So imagine like dragging a 700-pound anchor chain, and if me and Pat are racing, and I happen to like look, Pat is still not breaking stride, and when like Dion said, you look behind, you actually slow down, and then, yeah, you don't want to get hurt.
And the best point that she had there, you'll know when you're done. You'll know when you're done because the judge will blow the whistle. So you got to
wait for the whistle. If you hear the judge blow the whistle, that means you finish the course or time's up. Bottom line. All right, there you have it. A little brief but hopefully informative drag tutorial. 3 types of sleds you can use. You can use like a prowler, or any type of sled you can load weights or bumper plates on. Number 2, make friends with welders, family, friends.
Welders and fabricators.
Yeah,
your best
fabricators. I mean, we've had that one that we loaded the kegs in for like almost 10 years already, and they're still going strong. And then number 3, anchor chain. Anchor chain is more expensive, I understand, but if you find a good deal on it, definitely want to add some anchor chain into that.
Whatever you're doing, you know, I mean, whether it's sled or a chain or, you know, whatever it is you're doing for pulls like that, pulls or drags, you know, you want to make it harder while you're training, don't shortchange yourself, and safety first, you know. We hit on a lot of the chains, a little bit of the sleds and stuff like that, so safety first and train harder than you're going to be. Cake on the day of.
That's right. All right, HIGA Monster, P Diesel. Hopefully this will help you out, get stronger, and just shut the hell up and train. We're out. Got Kate Hansen from Oregon here, and she was nice to bring some voodoo donuts. I don't know if Pat's ever had the voodoo.
Dude, you know damn well we don't have this anything out there.
This is the voodoo donut right there, and the voodoo doll. And if you go ahead and grab it.
Get that bad boy, but I don't know what it is.
Raspberry filling.
Yeah, it's got raspberry filling, so when you bust it out, bro, it looks like it's blood.